Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how we can simplify the page objects in Selenide. So we're going to go some of the differences with how you would be doing if it was just Selenium and as opposed to Selenide, and what areas Selenide makes it much easier to run. So pretty much I didn't change anything. So this is just the browser that we went through, and then we have a browser test. And on the other note, in my other second video, I created a quick Selenium project, and where it just has the exact same configurations. So this browser class does not change at all. Browser test is just going to launch. Only thing I changed is I changed the URL, so you're going to use the different URL. And I added the maximize. After that, yeah, that's it. And then we're going to first write on how you would be doing if it was a traditional Selenium, and then we will jump into Selenide to make it actual difference, if that makes sense. So first of all, I'm going to create a new package here inside the Java new package. It will be same package structure, so com.selenium. This time I'm going to say package name as a pages. So very first thing, so now that moves over here. So very first thing in the page, you would need a base class. Let's rename this to a different one. Refactor, rename this base. So first thing what you want to do here is a private WebDriver, and then obviously you need a constructor here, public and then you need to initialize the objects. That's what you need to do if you're doing traditional. So you would call pagefactory.init elements, and the driver is a WebDriver, and this. So this is pretty much what you would need in the base class. And then every classes that extends, every page class that needs to extend the test base and need to create this constructor everywhere. So let's say I need to create a new page, which is going to be home page, and home page needs to extend that test base, and then if you notice here, if you just hover it, it will say create a constructor. That's otherwise you don't have any other choices. So this is at minimum you need to do this part. So what this does is, when you create a page objects, the main purpose of page object is, let's say any element that belongs to home page only need to be defined here, and then you create next class which will again have to extend the test base and anything that relates. So pretty much this test base does is, it is going to help you to initialize all the elements based on whichever class you are telling it to do. So after that, what you need to do here is, so you need to use the find by annotations. So it can be like CSS equals something something and public whatever element. For now we're gonna remove update that, but this is pretty much what you would be doing. And then let's say when you have a home page, you want to interact with that element, what you would be doing is you need to instantiate that home page equals new home page, and here you need to provide the driver. So driver you will be providing, which is here, so you have to be local. So, and then now you can do interact with homepage dot whatever element dot click, something like that, right? So this is pretty much what you'd be doing if this is the traditional Selenium. So what you see, you have a home page, you have a test base. Test base is pretty much the one that does initializing. It will carry over whatever driver you're telling, and then it will put it into the local, and that driver is going to carry forward. So you have multiple classes. If you have a test that runs through different sets of the pages, and every page, I mean, first thing is you have to make sure that the browser is not going to instantiate again and again, which what it does is that only happens here because you are only taking get driver. Get driver does not initialize another as long as it is null, right? Otherwise it is going to always provide. That's how it's kind of carried forward. So every classes that creates, let's say you have another class called account page. Let's say you have a new class called my account page, and what you have to do, you have to again extend test base. You're not extending any other classes, and then you are going to create that constructor again. So now this every element that belongs to account page will be here with the same as this guy, find by annotations. So that's how you would be putting. As a best practice, don't try to interact with these elements or verify within the page class. Those needs to happen in the step class, which is impl or whatever other class that should be interacting. This main purpose of page class is to just identify the locators. So I'm going to delete this to make it simple. This is just for example I put it in. So only home page, test base, browser test. So let's do the actual work. So when we go to this this URL, let's go find out what element we want to interact for now. So I bought that URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into this computer's link. So I'm going to inspect that. Okay, let's write that down here. That should go into the home page. So here what we did is A equals, so that needs to be in a single quote. So this will be computer's link, computer's menu link. So this element is going to, we're going to interact with that element as an example. So what we do here, computer's menu link dot click. So let's run this now, save it all. Save it all. Now try to run this. We want to launch the browser and we want to click into the computer link. This is the traditional Selenium page object route. And then it clicked computer link. So that's all we did here. So let's jump back to Selenide doing the exact same thing, and we'll see what exactly difference it can make. So let me open the Selenide page here. So Selenide we just have open. So this part we have a Selenide. So first of all, let's create a new package, same as that. So new package, it will be com.selenide pages. One main thing you will see here is you don't need to create any base class. So you just jump into home page. Selenide will take care of that. You don't need to create any constructor here either. So you just start right away with Selenide's find by elements. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy that locator from here. Copy that. I go here. I'm going to paste it. I'm not going to need find by here. I just need the argument. And then I'll remove that. So this one is going to be Selenide element equals, you have to provide $, which is a Selenide $, and then so when you hover here, it's going to say Alt Enter. So it imported. If If you see here, the highlighted part says a selector. That's what this is. So the locator part does not change. Only thing is just start writing right away, right? $sign Selenide dot dollar, that's going to take care of this whole element. So now when you go to this test, how you instantiate this home page, we're gonna do that. Copy that, go to browser, and again, we did not make any changes to the browser. Only thing in this browser, wherever you launch the WebDriver, all you need to do is you need to add this line, WebDriver runner.setDriver, and in the closed browser you have to clean it. So only these two lines, setter, getter, you have to set that. Now let's go back to browser test. So here we already saw that we launched, this is coming from Selenide. Now we're gonna interact with that element, so it's going to be home page. Let's instantiate it the first line. So home page equals page. This is how Selenide will do it. So you have to do home page dot class and then do it. So now home page is going to take care of that. Home page dot filter string dot click. And we're going to talk more advantage of this after this. So we're going to run a quick test, but before that, let's see what this page contains and how it does its work. I'm going to control click. If you see that page is the one coming from, that's a static method coming from Selenide, and what it does is it is going to use the WebDriver runner.get driver. So that means this is why we are setting our driver here. If you see here, WebDriver runner.set driver. That's how that Selenide interacts with it. So that setter is very important. And then it will instantiate all page from there. And then if you go here, page factory dot init elements, which is exactly what we did in that. So you don't have to write any of those. Selenide will take care for you. All you need, home page, directly start passing the locators, public, so that you can directly instantiate, access that. Whichever method needs to access those elements, you just call that with the instantiating as a page. Home page equals page. Page is the static method. If you see selenide.page, and then you need to provide that home page's class name dot class, because if you see here, you need to get a class name here. After that, you just click to the link. Now at this point, you come here, that's going to access there anyway. So we are going to run a quick test, and I'm going to talk more advantage of using Selenide over that. So test us that. So this is running from Selenide route. Computers got clicked, and if you see that, the main idea of this is to simplify your page objects. Selenide simplifies your page objects by using this page method. And then you don't need to anymore create any constructor, because every time you keep creating constructors, those kind of forced for you. If you notice here, so here you had to create constructor every time. This line is no longer needed. You don't need any of this line. So that's the thing. And you don't need to find by annotation with this. You can directly initialize that Selenide element using Selenide element. Okay, so that is all for this video. So going forward, we're going to use this URL, and we are going to further elaborate how we can use the collections, how Selenide simplifies the uses of collections. Because if you see here, it is only single element. We're going to use list of web elements and all that using Selenide, and how we can do the validations of the Selenide using Selenide. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this is helpful. Please do follow my next video, and we're going to add more stuff to that, and then do more validations, how we can do assertions and all that. And also, if you have not, please do subscribe my channel and support my channel. And we'll add more stuff in the next video. Thank you so much.